Hi folks, this is the bed setup, a control panel and heating and Wi-Fi on our Zafiro 685 4-berth motorhome. So you will have watched the previous two videos. I've now set up the two single beds at the back into one large king size bed. So the extra cushion that you found in the garage and the ladder just fits like that. You lift up the mattress on both sides, the extra cushion clips on top of the wooden beams, clip your ladder in, job done. Right, the electric bed on this is a double bed. First things first, imperative you do this, take that cushion down there and take the top cushion off there. Look, I'll push it down there, so take the top cushion off there. This will allow the bed to come down all the way. So what you do is press that button there, keep your finger on it, and the bed will automatically stop. That gives you a double bed. Ladder there, look, to clip into there to climb in. You can store bedding up here. Just remember, we don't supply bedding. This is for demonstration purposes only. Make sure if you leave the bedding on here before you raise it up that none of the bedding is trapped in the mechanisms. So there's 4. So make sure it's folded in from there. And if you do leave the bedding on with just a couple of pillows, when you're going back up with the bed, when it gets near enough the top, you'll hear it start to labour, and that's it. Without the bedding up there, it will stop itself, but don't keep pressing it because you will pop a fuse. And that's all you need to do to use the electric bed. Right, the main control panel. So the bottom right button, turn that on, that puts power into the van. We'll work his way from the right down. So the top button, so if you press that, that tells you how much fresh water is in the water tank. So currently full, 100%. If it goes below 25%, you know you need to fill it up. So that's your fresh water. If you press the button again, that's your wastewater tank. So all your water that goes through your sinks goes into the waste tank. They're called the grey waste. So if that starts getting towards 75–80% full, you know you need to be on a campsite emptying that. So that's the fresh water. Next one down, leisure battery power. So this is what controls the back of the motorhome. So currently on charge, it's on 13.5% voltage, sorry. Now we have got 2 leisure batteries in here and a solar panel, so it'll keep it charged quite well. In the winter months, if you're not on electric up, keep an eye on this. If it goes down towards 12 volt, around that sort of figure, you need to be going onto a campsite to charge the batteries up. So plug your 240 volt in and get the voltage back up. A night on charge will fully charge the batteries again. The next one down, that's just the van battery, the vehicle battery. So don't need to worry about this. It's not connected to the motorhome really, so you shouldn't need to check that at all really. Next one, top one with the little tap. Press that. Now that puts pressure to your tap. So if you open to your tap and there's no water coming out, it's more than likely you haven't switched that on. So when you wanted to use the toilet, the sinks, the shower, press the button and push it on, and then turn it off. The simple reason is it's never happened, but there's always going to be one chance where it does. If you get a burst pipe or a leaking connection or something like that, and the water pump is turned on, you will flood the van with water. So if you're going to use it, put it on. If you're not, turn it off. Next one is just awning light, so the exterior light, that just turns that on. Next one down, I'll not press it off, that just controls the light. So turn the panel on, put that one on, and then you can turn your lights on. And the bottom one is just a temperature gauge, so you don't really need that at all. Next one is your heating and hot water. Currently turned off, and that is indicating there that the electric is plugged in. Just a reminder on the control panel that if that yellow one there is on, that's telling you that you're plugged into electrical couple, it's working. The next one there, if that starts showing red, it means you've got a blown fuse, and contact me and I'll run you through that. So back to this one. Right, everything's currently off. Press the centre button. See camper van flashing. Press enter. Currently off. So this is your temperature. So this is for your heating. So set your temperature, say around 22 degrees. Press enter. That turns the heating on. So eventually that'll start flashing up there, and that shows the heating's on, and it'll wake up to 22 degrees and then turn off. Press enter again. Scroll across to the fan. Press enter. Put it on eco, so it'll just blow out slowly from the vents. You've got a high setting, and then once it turns on and it's been on for 5 minutes, you can do that again as a boost setting. High is normally enough, so you'll hear the heating kick in, which it is doing now. That'll fire up, and then that'll keep your van warm. And then if it gets too warm, you can just press the button on the camper van, scroll down, you can turn the temperature down, press enter. So that does that. Now if you've got the heating on, so winter time, you don't need to use the hot water symbol. Simple reason is with the heat on, it also warms up the hot water. So what we'll do now is turn off the heating. So go to that one, put it in the off position. So the heating is now off, sorry. If there's nothing on that top panel, it means there's nothing on. Scroll across to the next one, which is the hot water. So you've got several different settings. Currently off. You've got eco setting, so hot. Another one which is a bit hotter, and then you've got a boost setting. You don't need it on boost at all. I always set it on to the hot setting, press enter. So that'll get your hot water going. As you say, you only need this one in the summertime. So if you haven't got the heating on and you want hot water, just put the hot water on like that. And then what'll happen is that'll flash up there. Once that's flashing, the hot water's on, like it just has done. And when it's stopped flashing, the hot water is then a full tank of hot water. So as I said on the previous video with the shower, it's a kettle, basically a big kettle, about 13 litres of hot water. So if you use all that hot water, then you've got to wait for that to stop. It'll start flashing again. Then once it's stopped, you've got another full tank of hot water. Turn it off, press enter, scroll across, hot, off. So again, nothing on, nothing's on the top bit, everything's turned off. No point in leaving the hot water on, you may as well just use it when you need it. So if you're going to have a shower or wash the pots, turn the hot water on. It takes about 20 minutes on gas, probably a bit longer, 30 minutes on electric to set up. So now we'll do the electric and gas setting. I should have done this first, to be honest with you. So we'll go across to that one. So this is your electric and gas. So it's currently set on gas. If you're not plugged into electric hookup, then you need it on the gas setting. It won't work if it's set on the electric setting without electrical hookup. So first job is, as I say, put it on gas. Now there's quite a few settings: mix 1, mix 2, electric 1, electric 2. You only need 2 of these settings. So gas if you're off electrical hookup, electric 2 if you're on electrical hookup. So that's the full power off electric to the boiler. So say you want to electric, press enter. So we're now on electric. Go across to the heating, put your heating on, set it to a temperature and enter. So what it's telling you now is the heating is going to turn on. You're on electric, 2 signs for electric, and the fan's on low. So you go across. So you can put it to the fan, So you can put it on high if you want to, just press enter, and the heating will come on and work. One thing about the electric setting, it isn't massively powerful, so if it is winter time, I always advise that start the heater up on gas first. That's far more efficient and quicker. So set the heater going on gas, and then once the van's warm, which takes literally 10 minutes, turn it over onto the electric setting and let it tick over. Now then, let's turn everything off. So go on to that, turn that down, off. Right, so we're off. Everything's off on that panel. Now, a couple of things about this. If for any reason you get a triangle in the bottom corner there, a black triangle while the heating or the electric's on, give me a ring. It normally means you've done something wrong, like you've turned the heater on and you haven't got the gas turned on, or you've set it on electric and it's not plugged into electric. So if you get a triangle, just give me a ring and I'll run you through the situation to sort the triangle out. The other thing, if you are using gas and you're not plugged into electric, now the heating is a 12-volt fan that pushes the air around the motorhome. So it's like leaving your fan on in your car with the ignition turned on. So it's a bit more efficient than that. But if you're not on electrical hook, say if you're wild camping as we call it, and you want to have the heating on, get the van warm, turn the fan on to eco, set the temperature at say 18 degrees, and that'll just tick over. It'll keep the van up to temperature, which is more than enough, and it'll just tick over and keep the van nice. If you have it on full whack and you try to leave it on all night, more than likely in the morning, if you're not plugged into electric, you will have a flat battery. So cautious about that. Remember to check your battery voltage on that one with that button. Not that one, sorry. The one down. So your battery voltage there. If that gets to 12, you need to be charging the battery up. Last thing, this van does have Wi-Fi up there. So if you want to use the free Wi-Fi while you're in the motorhome, if you press the button on the side and just take a photo of that, the Wi-Fi code is on there for you to connect to. Dead easy. So that should be a better signal than your mobile phone. And if you want to connect anything up like a Fire Stick or your laptops or your phones, you can connect it up to that Wi-Fi there. There we go.